Hi, this is Lloyd Princeton with Design Management Company. I recently have experienced a situation on behalf of designers that I represent, and I thought it was worth sharing with the rest of my audience. I think it's important to be able to make money, but I also think it's really important to know when to say no. And we're dealing with a kind of a classic situation where a client has worked with a number of design professionals and is yet looking for another one. And at the outset, stressed how important budget was, and we knew at the get-go that the budget wouldn't be sufficient. I'm now of the opinion that as much as we'd like to try to get someone in the door and try to work with them and help them grow and understand and learn about their budget, I think that oftentimes there can be enough red lights and warnings where you just say, listen, what you have put forward simply is not a realistic budget, and do not even engage them at that point and just say, when you can find X number of dollars more, I would be delighted to work with you on this. In the meantime, you might want to consider working with another firm. Because in doing so, you are taking a really important thing off the table, which will be thrown back at you numerous times, as I recently have observed from the sidelines, of saying, we told you how much money we had to spend and you showed us things that we could not afford. I wish this was a unique story, but it's not. It is one that has been repeated many times over my 15 years in the industry, and I'm sure it has been repeated many times, since the inception of interior design, and I don't know, that's been hundreds of years now. The reality is what has changed over the decades is the fact that people have become highly litigious, that they take the time to read their contracts and are able to recite them very good and very quickly. And what was really interesting is that as an agent, I have been on two sides of the fence. I had the opportunity of speaking with the end user, the client, but I've also had the opportunity of speaking with the interior design professional and hearing both sides of the story. And what was even more interesting is that the end user, the client, sounded like an incredibly credible witness. And I think as an expert witness, when I hear these things, because I have given my opinion on disputes. I'm called by attorneys, I'm called by insurance companies to help them resolve issues and to give my expert opinion on the industry. And in this particular instance, I warned the designer. I said, she is a credible witness. And I ultimately even met with the client too and got a chance to see, we better get this resolved and we better resolve it quickly. And it all revolved around money. And this was something that would probably have been better off passing on the project because the budget wasn't realistic to begin with. So I share this with you as a cautionary tale, not to dissuade you from looking for your best clients, not to dissuade you from being enthusiastic about what you're doing, but to encourage you to be realistic with yourself and with your clients about what you can and can't do, what you can and cannot provide, and what part is a reasonable expectation on their part in terms of pricing, and what is a reasonable expectation on your part in terms of what you can deliver and how you'll be paid and when you'll be paid, because you want people's expectations to be met. And it will all start with a perception, and the perception is if you can or cannot deliver what they are thinking, and you'll know it right away. Listen to your gut, trust your gut, and only take the clients that are right for you. Thank you. This is Lloyd Princeton.